Welcome back to S&N, the 18th Annual Dickie V Gala here in Sarasota. I'm with McEnroe brothers, Patrick and John. Guys, thanks for taking the time today. First time at the event, I understand.
First time. Dickie V's been on our case for years to get here, so we're psyched to finally be here. I mean, we obviously know all about what Dickie V's done with the foundation. 18 years, it's been amazing. So it's very inspiring, and it's great to see finally get here.
And obviously you guys just part of the press conference moments ago. We're going to get you back in there here shortly, but obviously Dick, for you, obviously a great inspiration for all of us. An enthusiastic personality, which a lot of people may think you're an enthusiastic personality as well. Do you feed off of Dick, or does Dick feed off you?
You know, he's one of the few guys that's actually louder than I am, which is pretty hard to do. And he's got an intensity and an energy that's pretty hard to match. So, you know, in a lot of ways, I very much admire him. And, you know, he just keeps going. I mean, this guy's, 83 years old? I mean, it's unbelievable. And he's gone through his hardships the last couple of years. So it's hard not to be inspired and make it a no-brainer to come down here and do this.
Obviously. And in terms of, you said he finally got you to come down here. What was the tipping point for you guys to make that final step to come down to beautiful Sarasota? It's not like it's a hard place to come.
Yeah, it's not that difficult. We're happy to be here. It was just a scheduling thing over the years. So, you know, Dickie, a lot of people may not know this about him, but John and I know how much he loves tennis. You know, his daughter played, his grandkids played. He's got two grandsons at Duke. He's got another girl going to Duke, granddaughter. So we love that about him. We love his energy, his passion for everything. We love the tennis connection as well. But most importantly, this is about what he does for cancer research and for helping these kids that need the help.
Absolutely. And in terms of, obviously want to ask you guys this, we're in Suncoast area, and Nick Bollettieri obviously was a huge impact on the game of tennis. IMG Academy became what it was because of him. Do you guys have any prior relationships with him, and what was obviously remembering him and the life that he lived?
Well, it'd be hard not to have a relationship with him because he was everywhere. But, you know, he was also an inspiration in a lot of ways, a lot like Dickie V. He brought these kids to believe in themselves, and he loved the sport so much. So even though I disagree, like me personally, I wouldn't have wanted to have to go live at a Bollettieri's when I was 12 or 14. I wanted to be home with my family, which is what I'm trying to promote in New York. But if kids want to do that, God bless them. And a lot of them were helped quite a bit by Nick, and so that's the same sort of thing I feel that Dickie V brings to the table. I mean, he walks into an auditorium, people are all pumped up.
It's no surprise that Dickie V and Nick were great buddies and inspired each other, so that was a no-brainer for those two.
And obviously another question I want to ask you guys. Pickleball is a burgeoning sport.
It is?
Well, hush, maybe a little bit, especially here. There's pickleball courts going up everywhere. I know you played in a tournament a few weeks back in Fort Lauderdale. Is there a rivalry there? I want to know, is there a tennis versus pickleball kind of back and forth? I know there have been a few things that I know you were on Pat McAfee a month or so ago, and you kind of mentioned how
it's terrible
sport.
Yeah. No, you know, my concern is, you know, our sport, I think, is the mother of all racket sports. I mean, I think it's an incredible sport. It's very athletic. For me, I'm an old man now, so that pickleball thing looked a little better, covering a third or a quarter of the court. So I was into that part of it. The plastic thing sort of gets on my nerves.
The sound is a little annoying.
The sound not too good, and you know, this thing that they call the kitchen, not too big on that. But we had a fun time, though. It was good to see Andre and Andy Roddick. Michael Chang was my partner. A lot of people there. So I'm hopeful it's a win-win for both sports. That's what I'm thinking.
You look like you were pretty into it, because I was doing the commentary for ESPN, and it was fun to watch it. And I think the fact that you get – and I learned this because I would say you get rackets in people's hands. They're not rackets. They're paddles in pickleball. So I learned that. But it's fun to see people out there getting some exercise.
Just for the record, McEnroe beat Agassi in the singles.
Absolutely. We'll end it on that note, guys. Thank you for taking the time to come out here and obviously answering the big question, pickleball versus tennis. I think I'll stick with tennis. Tennis for sure. All right, more on the way after the break right here from the 18th Annual Dickie V Gala in Sarasota.